What is happening, YouTube? This video, this is like my branching out video. Um, you know me, like this is strictly a basketball channel, but lately I've been trying to watch other sports, been watching, like a lot of baseball over the summer, and then now I'm picking up on watching football. I started like, watching football like I want to say honestly, like starting from like the beginning of the year. I mean, I watched it like, of course I watched. This is like this is not like the first year I actually watched a football game. Like, I watched like some other football games like prior, like the Super Bowl and all that. But the beginning of like this year, this is like when I actually started watching like more NFL, and then this is like the first full season that I'm definitely watching football. And my favorite team happens to be the Los Angeles Chargers. And boy, they are just like the Los Angeles Clippers. Pretty fun team, very talented team, um, but they definitely disappoint a lot. Huge similarities with both of the teams. Um, so I just, decided to go with the Chargers, and I also managed to love players like Justin Herbert. I think he's a beast. Unfortunately, this game was not really like a good game for him. He pretty much like threw a lot of incomplete passes, but he still managed to get over like he got like 220 yards, which is still pretty good against considering how good the defense was the Dallas Cowboys. And I think this is just like the perfect like first football video I decided to make because this was a pretty intense game. So any like football fans or anyone in general who watches football, my takes might not be the best because this I'm still like learning the game of football myself, but I just decide why not give it a try, um, just because why not? But anyways, this was a pretty tight game as you can see. This was like a 20 points and 17 points scored by the Chargers. Usually the Chargers they score a lot. They would score like over 30 with ease. But considering how the defense the Dallas Cowboys was, we definitely had a hard time scoring. Um, our defense was like way better compared to previous games, but until towards like I want to say the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, that's when I felt like our defense kind of like fell off. Chargers, they made some solid plays that I kind of liked. I liked towards like I believe the third quarter when the Cowboys did that one little punt return, but then the Chargers they just managed to take that away, and then it became Chargers ball, which was beautiful. Led to a touchdown, but this was definitely a stressful game, especially the fourth quarter, man. I felt like many plays, in my opinion, could have like been better. Um, One huge issue that I felt like the Chargers did this time, and it's with the head coach, or the coaching staff in general, Brandon Staley and Kellen Moore. I was very disappointed that we didn't rush as much as we should have, especially towards like that one play when we decided to go for the fourth down. Um, the idea of going for the fourth down, it wasn't bad because it was, on the Cowboys' 10-yard line, but it's the way how we did it. It was a 4-and-1, and the play call was decided to have Justin Herbert throw. Like again, I don't know too much about football, but why would you throw when it's just like a 4-and-1? You know what I'm saying? And and the other option is you could have got a free kick, which would have tied the game and would have had it been overtime. But obviously, hindsight's 2020. It was like way early, like in the early third quarter, I want to say. So I wasn't too mad about Brandon Staley going for the fourth down during that play, but it's just the way how he did it. I felt like should have been a rush attempt, like because considering you have Austin Eckler, who's one of the best running backs in the league. Like I mean, at least that's what people would say. Like at least probably like around the top 5 range. I don't know, because you got McCaffrey who's better than I guess you could say Jonathan Taylor and then maybe Swift from the Eagles. I don't know if he plays running back, but I think he does. Um, but yeah, like I don't know why we chose not to rush, which is pretty annoying. Um, and then, but then like that play like immediately it didn't look so bad because then it turned to become like the Cowboys had to start from their 10th and then they didn't manage to do anything. So our defense mostly did good for the first 3 quarters, and then the fourth, in my opinion, just fell apart. What else? And another play, which was like towards 2 minutes when we could have tried to tie the game or get the win. Like another time, we should have rushed again, 2-2. And the Cowboys, from what I've heard, their rush defense is not even like crazy good. It's like I'd say average. You could have easily used some extra yardage, get that first down, have Eckler do the work, but no. What we did instead, had Herbert throw, caused him to get sacked, and then after that, threw interceptions. And unfortunately, that's how we lost the game. So it was a disappointing fashion on how we lost. I'm not gonna lie though, Staley, again, should have rushed more, but at least I will say he did not go for a fourth down when it's on our own yard line, like a 40th on our yard line. That would have gave the Cowboys advantage. So at least he didn't do that, thankfully, at least for this game. But still, felt like better play calls could have been done. But anyways, ooh, this is gonna be fun. Let me try to go player by player. So like I said, Herbert did not have the best game, but he still managed to get some numbers, 227 yards. Unfortunately, he got sacked and got a pretty much an interception, but it was towards the end. Mostly, he managed to avoid the sacks. And I'm not gonna lie, um, Chargers offensive line, they were pretty off. Usually in prior games, their offensive lines aren't too bad. I would even say they're a little bit above average. But this game, the offensive line, they managed to not show up. It could either be part of they were just off, or they didn't do the best of protecting Herbert, or it's also made because you are facing a guy like Micah Parsons, who's a beast. Micah Parsons really did give Herbert a hard time, man. But still, felt like the O line could have done better, and we were getting way too many penalties, way too many holdings. So that definitely played a factor. And so Herbert, he had less time to throw, but he still managed to have some nice throws, despite him having to throw really quick. So I guess tonight I got a small taste of what my homie Primetime Sports Podcast, because he's a New York Giants fan and he's a huge Daniel Jones believer, but unfortunately people are giving him a rough time. But it's really because the Giants, they have the worst offensive line possible. That dude got 11 sacks. So I had a small little taste on how my guy has to go through. Shout out to him. Check out his channel too, by the way. He's more all around. I'm still in the branching out phase, but yeah, I got a taste what he has to go through. Crazy. But anyways, Eckler, solid return. Well, I won't say solid. He didn't really get as much rushing yards. He only got 27. But I still felt like he should have been given opportunities to rush more. Especially the 2-2, man. Come on. Just get the extra yardage in. 4-1 as well. When we went for a fourth down. I don't know why we didn't rush. Crazy. Even Herbert, just had to rush at times. So, and I'll say he didn't do bad. Kelly, all the other guys, didn't really rush too much. But yeah, we just decided to throw way too much. And the Cowboys, they're I believe second best of least pass yardage on them, and we still decided to keep throwing. Nah, rush a bit more. You know what I'm saying? But of course, Dak Prescott 272. Man, the Chargers corners. Oof. We allowed the most pass yardage. Prescott be cooking the heck out of us, especially towards the end, and just a combination of everything. CeeDee Lamb, he had a nice redemption game. Last game, when they faced against the 49ers, they were like, I heard he was like complaining about how he didn't get much targets. Well, this game, he got a lot of targets, 117, or you could round it up to 120 yards. That's crazy. And then all the other guys, Pollard, and then all the other players. Um, Another player that definitely made me heated was one of the plays when I believe what's his face. Um, Let me try to remember. It was that one play when it looked like it was gonna be like a fourth, but then Dak looked like he was in trouble, but then he threw it to Pollard, I believe, and then one of the players, I believe it was 43. I don't remember his name exactly, but um, yeah, I don't really remember his name exactly, but had a really a weak tackle, and then Pollard just kept rushing, and it just bam. That's how the Cowboys scored one of the touchdowns. So like I said, Chargers played solid defense till the end, and that was crazy to see, man. Just crazy. Shout out to Tuli Tua Pelotu. That man, he be definitely be getting some tackles and all that. Pretty solid. I liked what I saw from Eric Kendricks. Definitely did his thing. Kenneth Murray, solid. Even Asante Samuels, I felt like he kind of got burnt at more than usual. But towards the end, he definitely kind of slowed down the touchdown. Like Asante Samuels, he had better games prior to this game. Dak was getting his way, but it was mainly Tuli Tuipulotu, and then Khalil Mack. I felt he's getting more impactful. I was pretty impressed of last game when Khalil Mack got 6 sacks or something. Um, but Khalil Mack, Morgan Fox, also like what Nick Williams did, get a sack and all that. But the Chargers defense got to do more, of course. Joey Bosa, I've been hearing on social media, a lot of people are complaining about Joey Bosa not really doing much. Honestly, I kind of don't blame that, but because Joey Bosa got paid a lot of money, but hadn't really seen him made too much impact lately. Hopefully, it's just maybe early on, maybe towards later end, he actually does something. But mainly from what the people who I see actually play good defense would be Khalil Mack, Tuli Pelotu, and I like what Eric Kendricks did at times. But Bosa, yeah, I felt he got to do a little more, in my opinion. He definitely got to do more, in my opinion. I feel like he's been too quiet. But then the other side, the Cowboys, a lot of people, man. Clark did his thing. And that Parson, man, that dude be, look like he about to get Justin Herbert and all that. He be sacked. He's got 1 sack on Justin Herbert, which is that's pretty impressive if you could sack a guy like Justin Herbert. But man, Chargers, this could have been easily a win for us, man. Again, so many opportunities. Defense improved though. I guess I'll say that, but still, definitely got to lock in all 4 quarters, not just the first 3 quarters, till the end. I feel like the defense just kind of sagged off in a way. At least that Cowboys didn't score 30 compared to other teams even the freaking Titans second week cooked the heck out of us. At least the Cowboys only scored 20, but still got to capitalize on our own offense. Some reason, when our defense actually finally stepped up, our offense just fell apart. Usually we would score with 30 with ease. It was the week 1, week 2 Chargers, and we were playing like that. We could have won this game. Or I'll say this: if the Chargers played this type of defense against the Dolphins and the Titans, we could have been 4-0, bro. That's crazy. Chargers, from what I've seen, they're like a pretty talented team. It's just the coaching staff, of course, kind of like similar problems what the Clippers go through, but I would say it's like worse because like we have a coach that actually goes for like incredibly dumb fourth downs. So yeah, like and then play call could be a little suspect too. So that's just from what I've seen. But let me know what you think about my takes on this game. Like I said, I'm still a bit of a beginner. I'm still like a new NFL fan, so that's that. Or just let me know what you think about this game in general. This was actually a pretty intense game. It just like sucks that we lost, man. Um, we faced against the Chiefs on Sunday, and in my opinion, I would say Chiefs defense is not as brutal as the Cowboys defense. But again, the Cowboys got lit up by the Niners, so again, it's not like is it really the Cowboys defense or is just our offense was just pretty cheeks. Um, I will say though, the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes, who's like probably the best quarterback in the league, and they got Travis Kelsey. So yeah, the Chargers gotta like step up the defense like even like way more. But anyways, that should end up this video. Have a great night. Take care. Peace.